Hello. My name's Amanda Easton and I'm a pop artist from Sydney, Australia. I make retro-inspired theatrical electronic pop. But when I'm not doing my own music, I do cabaret, cover band gigs, solo gigs, tribute shows, recording sessions. So you're 19 at the time?
19, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't actually get it at first.
You didn't get the gig?
No, they came down to Drummoyne Rome Club and checked me out again.
Yeah.
I just said, let's call our management. We're going to New Zealand and then we're going to America and we're going to New York.
Goodness!
And then we're going to Europe. And the furthest I'd been was Canberra in a car to play the tennis tournament. I shouldn't be telling you all this, it's pretty
It's
embarrassing.
fantastic!
And then all of a sudden...
It's like a Hollywood story.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
My mum called me up one day and said, "Why did you put all that stuff on my doorstep?" And I hadn't. I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You left a whole lot of your photos and, your stuff on my doorstep. What did you want me to do with it?" And I didn't know what she was talking about. And when I eventually went over to have a look at the box, I realised it was a whole lot of photos and whatever from my life. And it could only have come from one person.
Yesterday's gone. Australia's finest female singers, Amanda Easton has been a darling of the indie pop scene over the past few years, thanks to her unique theatrical style and quirky sound.
I dance to the music in my head. Don't pity, 'cause I hear this tune instead. Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling. It's so wonderful and warm. Breathe me in, breathe me out. I don't know if I could ever go without. I'm just thinking. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow through my heart. Shoot that poison arrow.
Hello, so here we are at the Wallflower shoot.
Come here, join me. I can see it frightens you to look into my deepest blue. But I'll be watching you from here.
Hello, Lou. Hello, John. How are you both going? I'm sorry for the shock of pink. I realised on the camera I actually look even more pink than I do in real life. This is actually a bit of red. And you know, red and pink should never be seen. And then I've got a kind of a maroon wall. It's all happening. Oh, thank you, Lou. You're so wonderful. Thank you so much. It's so much appreciated. Sydney! Oh my goodness, I'm so shocked to see you here in the best possible way. It's an absolute nice, pleasurable shock. And I say that because Sid usually, you know, it's a kind of an odd time of the night, right, Sid? I hope that's not a bad sign that you can't sleep. Lou, oh, Stu, so good to see my favourite peeps here. And Lou, thank you so much again for the subscriptions. I think you should find a couple of cute little emotes there. Gary, you got the CD. That is excellent news. I hope you're enjoying it if you've had a chance to listen to it yet. Gosh, it did actually take a while to get there considering you're practically around the corner. But I guess that's the way it is at the moment. I mean, Sid sent me something, was it 2 months ago, and I still haven't got it. Hello, Smokey. She went, yeah. Just a short visit, got home from you went to see that comedian. Oh, thanks so much. Well, even just a brief little visit is so lovely. Good morning to you. Absolutely. June 20. Gosh, June, July, August. So that is over 2 months. I'm sorry on behalf of Australia Post. I think we're blaming the Liberal government. Isn't that what we did last time, John, just for everything? Yeah. Smokey is just in the perfect position. I don't know if she does it on purpose, but she's like right in the centre of the pattern of the cushion, which is even more colour clash. Hey, we have Smokey in the purple people eater. How cool is that? I'm getting the hang of this Twitch thing, slowly but surely. Twitch glitch. I like it. So, yes, I'm very colourful today. So, and you can also see the bit of the red piano here as well. Blame that government. And there's Tanty. Oh, you have the smoky emoji? Yes, I moved things around a little bit so that the smoky emoji would be, up in the list. Oh, thank you. I look amazing for a pink people eater. Yay, smokes. Oh, Brian, hello. How are you? Thank you for liking us here. Middle is probably more comfy. You know, you're right. Cats have got that sense, haven't they? Like, it's funny when I pull down the ladder and she's at the bottom of the ladder. It's an electronic ladder that comes down. It looks to me, who doesn't have cat senses as much as I'd like them, it looks to me it's going to hit her right in the head. But it comes down and it's got to be an inch away. But she can obviously feel it. She can just tell exactly where she's sitting. You laughed so hard tonight, you lost my voice. That's the best. That is what we all strive for, don't we? I love that belly laugh kind of situation where it actually starts to hurt and you're crying and your face starts to kind of seize up. That's the best feeling in the world. So that's a really great thing, Sydney. I'm so glad you had a good night because I know you're probably not going out a lot like many of us at the moment. So it would have been a big special night just to be out and then to actually have a great night. That's really good news. And especially extra good because we get to see you on a stream that we don't normally get to see you. No ankle biting tonight. Still too early to say. I would guess that anything could still happen. And by the way, hello, if you're watching from Facebook, I hope you're doing great. I wanted to let you know that this is actually the last stream that I'll be doing as a multi-stream. So that is to Facebook, YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I'm not going to abandon Facebook, that's for sure, or YouTube for that matter, but most of my broadcasts will be over at Twitch. So I would love you to come over here. It's really fun. It's fun over here. And it's not really that different. There's just kind of extra stuff. And so, yes, please come and join us over here. That's twitch.tv/Amanda Easton. We'd love to have you. We've got the best crew. I'm only new, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But, you know, every day I learn something more and have the chance of stuffing up something more. Well, that's a cute one, Stu. Is that a cry? I know, I have 70 followers. Oh, so, you know, I'm getting there. I'm not a nobody anymore. I'm a somebody now. You have to have 50 followers to be an affiliate. I'm not telling you this, Lou. I know you know. But, and I know you guys really helped me get there. So I very, very much appreciate it. Next thing you know, I'm going to have a Discord server. I've been learning all about that, and that's just another whole kettle of fish that can probably wait, because I know some of you are probably on the same part of this journey as me, and, you know, one step at a time. Well done. You could have watched you on my telly through YouTube. You should be able to watch on your telly through Twitch as well, because I know I watch my Twitch when I'm on the other end of the camera. When I'm watching other people's streams, I watch it on my telly. Never a nobody, Gary. Thank you. Brian, lovely to see you. Brian, I hope you'll come over and join us too on Twitch. Not necessarily today, but today is the last one I'll be doing like this too everywhere. And it does cost me to multi-stream as well, so that's kind of one of the main reasons. I'm just going to concentrate on one at a time. So I'll pop into Facebook every now and again, but I'll be on Twitch quite often. You're watching Twitch on your TV, Stu? I've been a somebody for a while, thank you. The raid was fun on Wednesday. I know, I even know how to do raids now. And we'll definitely do one tonight if the technology works for me, because it doesn't always. In fact, I don't know, for those of you who were here last Friday night, I tried 5 or 6 times, but the NBN, the government, got in my way, and I just couldn't. I was pressing the button for the life of me, nothing was happening. But there's a New Zealand girl. Her real name I don't know, but her profile is Ivy Rose. Uva! Oh my goodness, Wayne, how are you? So lovely to see these people here tonight. And Uva is a friend of mine from yonks ago. He is, I'm assuming, Uwe, you're still in Germany and you're in Cologne. Are you in Cologne? I think I've got that wrong. But I stayed with Uwe on a holiday. I had, a holiday/work trip, actually. I went to a music conference in Cologne, which is why I'm thinking Uwe Cologne, but I'm not sure if that's actually the city you're in. But he was a fantastic tour guide and so hospitable. And I had a lovely time over there with him. And then he came over to Sydney and visited us for a while. And I haven't, Uwe, we've kind of had little conversations here and there via Facebook. Shane, thank you for the like and hello. I hope you come over here to Twitch too if you're not already here. That's true. A fun Wednesday in raid, right? It's so great to meet other artists. But this girl, Ivy Rose, I think that's her name, she's in New Zealand, and I don't know her personally, but I discovered her myself on Twitch. Just the most gorgeous voice, and she tends to do night times. And being in New Zealand, the time zone isn't miles away. So I was really hoping to raid her last Friday, but the technology didn't work. So I'm hoping that she'll be on tonight when I finish and we can try and pop over there. And yes, there's more taste testing tonight. For those who have been with me on a Friday night, it's not every Friday, but it is quite a few Fridays that I've been doing a whiskey taste testing. You'd think I would have tasted enough whiskey by now, right? But there's never enough. Tonight's theme is Irish whiskey. And we have one Irishman / Australian in the group. They're basically people from my street. I have a really fun street, not even a very big street. It takes you less than 5 minutes to walk from the top to the bottom. But they're just a great bunch of people. And every Friday night, they do an alcohol tasting of some kind. I haven't participated in all of them, but I am doing tonight. Billy Joe Porter. No, I will check her out for sure. Absolutely. Oh, are you talking food, Sydney? Indian fried bread with ice cream, chocolate chips, pecans, caramel sauce. So it wasn't great, but it sounds really great. Oh, my goodness. Whiskey. 3 times as long to walk from the bottom to the top. That is quite true. It is a bit of a steep hill, actually. Well, you know, kind of like that. Well, we had, a couple of losses this week with one in particular, Charlie Watts from Rolling Stones. And I did play a couple of Rolling Stones during the week. But there's another couple I pulled out that I do a Rolling Stones tribute. Of course I do. I do a tribute to just about everybody when I used to do live gigs. But the Rolling Stones one has been, I've been doing that one for ages. And I don't play the part of anybody in particular, including, of course, Mick. But a few different artists share the lead vocals and I do a few of them. And so I thought, well, I haven't played those songs on the piano before, and they are very guitar-oriented in some cases, but I know you'll forgive me if I thought I'd try out a couple of new, in this respect, Rolling Stones songs. It is evening of the day. I sit and watch the children play. Smiling faces I can see, but not for me. I sit and watch as tears go by. My riches can't buy everything. I want to hear the children sing. All I hear is the sound of rain falling on the ground. I sit and watch as tears go by. It is the evening of the day. I sit and watch the children play, doing things I used to do. They think on you. I sit and watch as tears go by. Oh, as tears go by. I mean, of course, most of these Rolling Stones songs have been covered by lots of other people as well. Oh, you still talking fantastic food, Sydney. That's okay. I'm not I'm not fasting today. Monday and Wednesday is gone, so I can be picky tonight. I mean, you're not going to want to fast on a whiskey day, are you? Because that would mean like this much whiskey is probably 500 calories and that's about it. So let me see what's going on with you guys, huh? Anybody got anything exciting over the weekend? I originally had a lot of exciting gigs this weekend, including the Enmore gig show on Sunday. But the good news is it's been postponed until February, so that will still go ahead. And I'm really quite positive that all the other gigs will bounce back eventually too. Plus, I'd be drunk on one shot without food. So true. I actually got a call about a gig today. It was, you know, an agent that Ralgraf, for those who know him, you know, he's my friend as well. So when I saw his name on the phone, I didn't think he was calling for a gig. Thought he was just calling to say g'day. But no, he actually is organising a gig on Melbourne Cup Day, which is in November. So it's nice to know that people are feeling hopeful. I guess everybody knows they can can it if they have to. And for those who don't know, that aren't in Australia, Melbourne Cup, you probably know anyway, is a big horse race. The tagline for the event is the race that stops the nation. So it does. Everybody, pretty much wherever they seem to be working, if they have a choice, will stop and watch the show on the big screen if they're not actually at the races themselves. And everyone gets really dressed up and wears the hats and, you know, it's actually really fun. You're working tomorrow and Sunday, Stu. That's okay. That's like old me. I used to be the one that, you know, normal people, with corporate jobs would finish work on the Friday and everyone goes, yeah, Friday, it's time, you know, to rest and to party and whatever else. And I'm going, well, I'm going to work. So that's you this weekend. I get it. Once the sun rises here and it's your Friday, you'll be doing your plasma donation. Well, that's still pretty exciting. It's just nice to get out and do anything at the moment, I think. So let me see. I do have a few Rolling Stones songs. This is one that, you know, what I love about bands like the Rolling Stones, same with Blondie, same with David Bowie, they had careers over such a long stretch that there was really quite marked differences in their styles. And, you know, they took on a bit of the era. I mean, they helped shape the era, artists like that as well. But I love it that, you know, I mean, you think of Blondie in the 70s, they did Heart of Glass, which was a disco masterpiece, in my opinion, Call Me, all those kind of things. But they started off as kind of more a punk outfit. And, you know, the pop started creeping in, but then, you know, the disco of the 70s came in. And the Rolling Stones, you know, not so different. Oh, you missed me in Mission Impossible. Well, it is a little bit of a case of blink and you'll miss. And I've also got very short black hair, so I'm probably difficult to recognise. I think I counted and I had about 20, 25 seconds on screen altogether, but, you know, me and a million other people. But at least one of those people was Tom Cruise for a split second, you know? And it took, I don't know, something like 2 weeks to film all of that. Okay, so this is a Rolling Stones song from the disco era. I've been holding out so long, I've been sleeping all alone, Lord, I miss you. I've been hanging on the phone, I've been sleeping all alone, I wanna kiss you. Ooh, 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 hey, yeah. sleep. You've been starring in my dreams. Lord, I miss you, child. I've been waiting in the hall, been waiting on your call. When the phone rings, it's just some friends of mine that say, hey, what's the matter, man? Gonna come round at 12 and the Puerto Rican girls that are dying to meet ya. We're gonna bring a case of wine, yeah, let's go mess and fool around, you know, like we used to. Oh, ooh, ooh, oh, ooh, 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 hey, yeah. Ooh, 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 hey. Oh, babe, why you have to wait so long? Ooh, baby, why you wait so long? Won't you come on, come on? Chicka, 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 chicka. Hi, Sydney. Well, I've been walking in the park, singing after dark. People think I'm crazy. I've been stumbling on my feet, shuffling through the street, asking people, what's the matter with you, boy? Sometimes I say, sometimes I say, ooh, 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 hey. Ooh, 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 hey. I guess I'm lying to myself, it's just you and no one else. Lord, I will miss you, child. Oh, you've been blotting out my mind, fooling on my time. No, I'll miss you, baby. Oh, oh, ooh, ooh, hey. Ooh, 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 hey. Ooh, 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 hey. I can see, Sydney, you worked out Mandy's DAG dividends. Oh, it's lovely to see you, Sid. It was a very nice surprise, and I hope you're all feeling better. But have a good sleep, and hopefully we'll see you next week. All the best. You can see, I think you can see it pop up. It depends where you are, I guess, where you're watching from. But a little thing popped up for me that said hello to me, and I had to say hello to Sydney. And the rule is in my own head that I say hello at exactly that moment that he presses the button. And he pressed the button because, if you don't already know, and some of you know more than I do, you'll see the little, thank you, Gary, you'll see the little channel points, which are called Mandy DAG dividends, and you automatically build them up just by watching. When you go on a raid with me, you get a whole lot more points, and if you subscribe, you get to double them and all that kind of thing. And I think automatically the first time you just come and visit the channel, you get at least 200. And it costs 200 points or 200 DAG dividends to get me to say hello to you, which is all a little bit of fun. It's not as if I wouldn't say hello to you anyway, of course. And I'm just looking, I can see the Twitch feed here. And there's this person called Hoss00312 that I blocked because I heard from other streamers that it's this person is kind of spamming everybody and could be a bit dangerous, but he's back. I don't think it's a real person. I tell you what, are you getting spam calls at the moment? I think in Australia, because so many of us are in lockdown, those kind of, whoever they are really targeting us because there's a good chance that we'll be home and not actually working. So I've had Gosh, I would say at least one every 2 days. Almost every day I have a spam call. One of those ones where there's a recording and you can always tell because you say hello and it's a number you don't recognise and there's a gap of about 2 or 3 seconds. So sometimes if I have my wits together, I'll just hang up in the gap and hope that it isn't actually someone I know just being a bit slow. You had 6 today. Oh my gosh, it's just going insane, isn't it? Really, really crazy. Yeah. I mean, I don't listen anymore. I remember in the early days before, I got used to what they were all about. I'd listen and, usually something to do with Amazon or I guess most people have ordered something on Amazon at one stage. So you go, oh, that might be me. Or, they tend to pick something that a lot of people would have done at one stage, or like your courier or the tax. And how many of us think, oh my gosh, not that we ever mean to cheat on our tax, but that there's a chance that we might have got something wrong. Most of us will feel that's what the answering machine is for. That's true. Matthew, lovely to see you. I hope you're going well and give your beautiful dog a big cuddle for me. So cute. Hi, Sharon. How are you? You haven't had any. Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's true, Stu. Stu works on the phones anyway, so the last thing he wants to do is talk to someone else. I guess Lisa, beautiful. How are you? Lovely to see you too. I guess I always answer because there's the remote possibility it's somebody ringing to give me a gig. Probably really unlikely in today's environment, but you never know your luck. So I do always answer the phone if it's there and I can hear it. But yeah, lately it's basically if it's a number that I don't know, it has been spam. But yeah, the one in the early days that almost got me. I know we've got to bring Lisa over. Lisa needs to actually do her stream over here. I reckon Jip, I'm actually here and I can see you. Kisses to your beautiful little raccoons. I'm going to get 1 million gigs soon. Oh, I'm sure we all will. It won't take too long, huh? But yeah, I reckon, Lisa, you'd really like it over here. It takes longer to get going than somewhere like Facebook, especially if your crew are over on Facebook like mine were. But Lou will help you out. I'll help you out. I know, I love raccoons too. I so want one. Lisa would be a hit on Twitch. I completely agree. Yes, come over. I mean, the setup itself, as far as the AV is not so different. It's just the, the interface. There's just more fun things. There's all the little emotes and, the support over here is amazing. I mean, apart from the people you bring over who already know you, there's this community of people who are absolutely amazing. You often let it go through the answering machine and here it is. That's the smart thing to do. You're here, John. I can see you. I hope you can see me okay. Ask Tanty. Yeah, well, Tanty knows everything and everybody. We love Tanty. Rocky raccoon. See, Australians, don't know much about raccoons in general because we don't have them here. And I know I've said to people before that they're so cute and people say, oh, no, they're not. They're just pests. But how? Excuse me? No, I don't think so. You'd come to Aussie for the ladies. Give it a try, Lisa. It doesn't cost anything and it's pretty easy just to jump in and, have a look around. So, and you can stream to both platforms. At the moment, as you can see, I'm streaming to YouTube, Facebook. It's like squirrels. Yeah, squirrels are the same, right? I love them too. And possums. I mean, possums are probably our equivalent in Australia. And a lot of people here will say that they're pests too, but I also think they're gorgeous. Yes, just like possums, you said the same thing. Yeah, if nothing else, it'll broaden your reach of audience. So at the moment, I'm live streaming to all 3 platforms, but I have to pay about $10 a month, which is not much, but in order to be able to do that. And now that I'm an affiliate on Twitch, which is only 50 followers, I've got 70 now. But at that stage, Twitch starts going, well, you should really be exclusively streaming to us. So that's when, I decided, okay, I'm going to focus on Twitch, but not forget my beautiful Facebook audience. I mean, I'm hoping, and many already have come over here, but I will pop in and do little lives on Facebook occasionally. But yes, I would love to go on a world tour, Chip. They have possum pie in New Zealand. I didn't know that. No, I don't think I'll be eating that anytime soon. Possums aren't as cute. No, raccoons are cuter, and squirrels. Yeah, I remember that as Martin. Hello, how are you? I remember being in New York, actually at the Statue of Liberty, because, I was a tourist, so I did the tourist things. And I was with my girlfriend and we saw a squirrel and we got so excited. And other people that were in the queue were obviously Americans, probably not from New York since they were at the Statue of Liberty tourist destination, but they were laughing their head off because we're going, oh, look, it's a squirrel. So cute. And they're like, it's a rat. No. All right, I've got another, possum pie, I agree. I've got another Rolling Stones song since we're paying tribute to Charlie. This is a song that is very guitar-oriented. I've had the pleasure of performing this song. I've only ever done it with bands, and with Peter Northcote on guitar, and I've done it with Rex Go on guitar, all sorts of amazing guitarists. Oh, excellent. I will check out Bill's show. He house sat the neighbour's cat. So, I love a cat joke. That'd be good night. So here is actually one of my favourite Rolling Stones songs to do. But as I say, generally with a band and with really good musicians. So, it's not going to be quite the same. But I hope you'll forgive me trying this out on you. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black, with flowers and my love both never to come back. I see people turn their heads and quickly look away, like a newborn baby, it just happens every day. I look inside myself and see my heart is black. I see my red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away, not have to face the facts. It's not easy facing up when your whole world is black. No more will my green seagull turn a deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me until the morning comes. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by dressed in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. So that was a song dedicated to Charlie, a Rolling Stones song that's supposed to be a guitar song. Oh, you've got to go back to play, nurse. Well, good to see you, Lisa. Oh, thanks, Gary. That was actually really fun. It's I always love doing songs, a different way. I do the winner takes it all. I will do that for you in a second. Oh, you like my second camera? I'm starting to get a bit fancier. Hello. So yes, hopefully every time you come to my stream, you'll see something little extra. I hope you have seen, some of the alerts pop up on the screen, like the funny little zombies and things. Hello, John. I'm sorry I missed it. Oh, my goodness. You can tell I'm still getting my act together. Johnny, hello. If you look at your little channel points, which are the Mandy Dag dividends in the left-hand corner, you can exchange them for rewards. Now, we're not talking about sending a Maserati to your house or anything, but 200 Mandy Dag dividends will give you a hello, and I'm supposed to do it whenever I receive it, which could be right in the middle of a song ideally, because that's funnier. But I completely missed it, John. I'm sorry. By the way, Jill, I wanted to let you know, since you just popped in, that this will be my last big live stream on Facebook. I'm moving over to Twitch for most of my big ones. So I will pop into Facebook every now and again, but I would love to have you over here at Twitch. It doesn't cost anything. It's just a better live streaming platform where you can be more interactive and do lots of fun stuff. So I do hope you'll come and join us. It's www.twitch.tv/Amanda Easton. But I'm going to play you a funny little video. I'm trying to remember who sent it to me. I think I've completely forgotten, but it's funny.
What's going on? I feel good. What's going on? I feel good.
Hi, Stu. shoe throwing. I didn't know that was a thing. I got to say, I think it's just watching their faces. It's not funny when you get scared, but it's kind of funny looking at other people get a shock. And I love that they get really mad and then they kind of can't help but smile afterwards. I'm just reading Chip's comment. One camera, guitars and raccoons. Nothing wrong with that. I wish I had some raccoons. I mean, I've got a Smoky, so, that's pretty good. Or sock throwing. What even is that? Although, personally, I think in many cases a sock is a worse weapon because they can be stinky. All right, I'm going to do a winner takes it all for you, Chip. Oh, by the way, Chip, I don't know if you ended up hearing, but I did a song for you last week. And I don't know that you got to hear it. But remember you asked for Karma Chameleon? And I said hello to Stuart. Did you not see me? I popped in. Hi, Stu. There's another one just in case. Oh, thank you. I'm looking very pink today. The shirt is actually quite red, but it looks pink on the camera. Smoky is just as cool as a raccoon. I don't know. I think maybe raccoons have the edge, but we love our Smoky. Well, I can do it for you now. How about I do it for you now, Chip? Because I'm sure we all like a bit of 80s love, don't we? Desert love in your eyes all the way. If I listen to your lies, what'd you say? I'm a man without conviction. I'm a man who doesn't know how to say a contradiction. You come and go. You come and go. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Didn't hear your wicked words every day. And you used to be so sweet. I heard you say that my love was an addiction that we claim. Our love is strong when you go. You're gone forever. You string along. You string along. Come, chameleon. You come and go. You come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Every day is like survival. You're my lover, not my rival. Every day is come and go, you come and go. Come and come and come and come and come and chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Loving would be easy if your colors were like my dream. Red, gold, and green. Red, gold, and green. Oh, there's Come a Chameleon for you, Chip. You were singing along, John, I can see. That was Wednesday I did that song for you, yeah. I think you were there briefly, but, you know. Ah, that's all right. You're very welcome, Amanda for President. Oh, my gosh, no thank you. What a job. So let me see. As I said, I do have a whiskey tasting tonight. Oh, hi, Andy. How are you? I don't know Unbreak My Heart, but I do love the song. I don't know it well enough to give it a go, but I do love Toni Braxton's voice. What a great voice. In fact, I saw a documentary on her recently. Quite a sad story, but what a beautiful artist. I love her. But sorry, I can't do that song for you. She's got that beautiful, deep, low voice as well. I'll have to look into that song, but yeah, I can't think how all of it goes, but I do know I love it. But very nice to see you here, Andy. All right, I'm going to play you a song from my very first album. This is the video for it. Tracy Chapman. Oh, I might be able to do a Tracy Chapman. This is Love Is All. And when I wrote the song, I didn't know there was a famous Beatles song with the same name. But there you go. You can't copyright a song title. It's a face I half remember, in a place I've half forgotten. Not a dream, it was real. We were there together. Suddenly everything's clear. Under the tree, we talked for hours. Under the sea, a tiny flower. Life was so sweet. We knew it all. Did you forget? We go back there. The sky was often grey there. It didn't matter at all. We had love. And then the years all flew by. And now I know what we had then. I realize love is all. I knew it once before. The fog is lifted from my mind, and I know love is in a dream. We talked for hours. Under the sea, a tiny flower. Life was so sweet. We knew it all. Did you forget? We go back there. Life can be wonderful. At least it can be. Now I'm there. Not a dream, 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 dream. Not a dream, 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 dream. Not a dream. It was real. We were there together. Suddenly everything's clear. Under the tree, Hello, John. I'm only 8 minutes late. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have to get better at this. Oh, thanks, Stu. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Andy and Chip. That song, even though it's on my first album, I think that is much more like my current material. I mean, if you listen to things, you know, the singles I had were Celebrity and Skin and Falling In, which I played over the last week, so you may have caught some of those. They were much poppier. But I started to get into trip hop back then when I did that first album. And I guess you can hear the trip hop in that particular song. And that was the part that I kind of continued with rather than this more straight ahead pop. I actually wrote that song. Nowadays, I kind of made a promise to myself that when I release something, it would be stuff that I've wholly written, because I used to kind of lack confidence and feel like I had to write with other people. So I kind of gave my face a little slap and said, no, you can do this yourself. And back then I wrote that song with a guy called Akihiro Ito, and I was living in Japan. And I met him in the classifieds. He was looking for a co-writer, and we're still friends. And we wrote it, actually Celebrity was a co-write with him, as was Skin, I think. A few songs on that first album are co-writes with Akihiro. And it was lovely because he's Japanese, but he spoke English fairly well, certainly better than I speak Japanese, which is, you know, was better then than now, but still not great. So English was the language we used when we were together. And his English was actually great, but because he spoke English as a second language, he had a really interesting turn of phrase. And I loved that. He would explain something to me in a way that no one else would. So I often used his turn of phrase in my lyrics. Oh, thank you, Stu. So, Andy, you are picking very cheeky, difficult songs, the kind of songs that I can't do on the spot. Someone cleverer than me perhaps could. But the closest I can think of to that kind of style, which I guess is, you know, the R&B style, is this song. So, Andy, this one's for you. It's not Anita Baker or Toni Braxton, but someone a little bit more recent, but a similar style, I think. And John, sorry for being such a slack helloer. You got to go do the shopping. Click and collect, good on you. Good evening, and it's you're the loyal one. Thank you. I love you. See you. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh, Tina Arena, love her too. I'm terrible. I'm terrible, Muriel. I've got to learn a song from Tina, but this is something else. I will do a Tina song one day because I adore her as well. I know, the good old classified ads in the paper. That's how I actually was interviewed by a TAFE student recently who needed to talk to, you know, just a music professional for one of his assignments. And he said, how did you get into the music industry? And I said, I used to get the Sydney Morning Herald, which still exists. And I think even the audition section still exists. And on a Saturday, I used to look at the classifieds and go to every audition, no matter if there was no chance in the world I was going to get it, because I thought eventually it's got to be a numbers game and I'll meet someone, and, you know, it worked out. Apparently that's how the boys from A Savage Garden met. One of them put an ad in the paper for the other one, and that's how they got. Everything was advertised in those days. This is for you, Andy. I'll give it a go, okay? You could buy me diamonds, You could buy me pearls, take me on a cruise around the world. Baby, you know I'm worth it. Dinner lit by candles around my bubble bath. Make love tenderly to last and last. Baby, you know I'm worth it. Wanna please, wanna keep, wanna treat your woman right. Not disturb, but I know that you know she's worth your time. If you lose, you will choose to refuse to put her first. She can and she will find a man who knows her worth. 'Cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her. And a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her. 'Cause a real woman knows a real man always comes first. And a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Ooh, 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 oh. Ooh, 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 oh. Ooh, ooh, oh, oh. Yeah. If you treat me fairly, I promise not to bluff. Lay you down when things get rough. Baby, you know I'm worth it. If you never play me, I'll give you all my good. Ooh, it's better than a real woman should. Baby, you know I'm worth it. She walks with them all the while that she smiles being true. Don't take for granted the passion that she has for you. You will lose if you choose to refuse to put her first. She can and she will find a man who knows her worth. Ooh, 'cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her. And a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her. 'Cause a real woman knows a real man always comes first. And a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. No need to read between the lines, spell it out for you. Just hear this song and you can't go wrong if you value a woman's worth. Ooh, 'cause a real man knows a real woman when he sees her. And a real woman knows a real man ain't afraid to please her. 'Cause a real woman knows a real man always comes first. And a real man just can't deny a woman's worth. Ooh, oh, 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 shoo-be-doo-be-shoo, oh, 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 yeah. Oh, 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 shoo-be-doo-be-shoo, oh, 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 yeah. Oh, thank you, Gary. Yes, Alicia Keys is a little bit tricky. She was the only one I could think of that I know that was along the lines of, thank you, Andy, of kind of the Anita Baker style thing. Because the trouble with those songs is too, the chords are full on. The chords generally in those R&B songs are quite complex, and so not the kind of thing I can do on the spot. I'm not clever enough for that. Who's the most famous person I ever worked with? Bryan Adams, I guess. Pete, how you going? Good to see you. Yes, when I was living in Japan, Andy, I did a show with Bryan Adams. And I didn't sing though, so I don't know if you still count that, but he was doing, it was the Nagoya Entertainment Centre which is probably, I don't know, probably is maybe a bit bigger than the Sydney one, or maybe about the same size. And a friend of mine that I just met in Japan when I was living there in Nagoya, she was a model, American girl, and she said, there's a casting for a whole lot of girls to work with Bryan Adams at his live show. Do you want to come? I'm like, okay. So I went along and I got cast along with her and another 5 or 6 people. And he had a song called The Only Thing That Looks Good on Me Is You. And so our job, we were given like feather boas and all this kind of stuff. Our job was he had a catwalk out into the audience. Hi, Ian, how are you? And he was going to be singing that song as his opening song. And it was up to we girls to kind of walk down the catwalk behind him, kind of put our feather boas all over him because we were the only people that look good on you, is me, is you, and walk back and kind of dance around for the first song. And then they set up these like grandstand kind of tiered seating things behind and on the side of the stage. And so it was our job to provide like colour and movement. So we were basically kind of on the stage, but on the side of the stage, just dancing around to the show the whole time. It was an awesome gig. And the funny thing was, I actually had my own gig that night. But in Japan, for some reason, they do concerts at around 5 p.m, which is perfect. So I did the concert. And then Bryan is vegan, or he was then. And so he invited all of us and his band, of course, he was staying at the Hilton in Nagoya, to have dinner with his chef. Because he's vegan, he brings his own chef all around the world, 'cause especially back then, vegan would have been harder to get everywhere, and in a place like Japan especially. And so his chef made us all a dinner, and then I invited him to my gig. So, from the entertainment centre to a nightclub a little bit smaller than the entertainment centre, he came along and he brought most of his band, and his band had pedigree. They'd worked, I remember the drummer was from Dire Straits, and it was just crazy. And so they all came along to the show. And I worked with a Filipino band there. And we used to do a few Bryan Adams songs in the set. And there was a few male singers in the band, and they were all amazing singers. And Bryan Adams is a massive star in Asia. I mean, I know he's pretty big here too, but I think even bigger. And so in the Philippines and Japan, massive star. So I had already rung the band from dinner, saying, look, I'm just going to be a little bit late for sound check tonight. And they're like, why? Why are you going to be late? And I said, I'm having dinner with Bryan Adams and I've just performed with him. And they're like, it's okay, Mandy, you're never late. You're allowed to have one night where you're a bit late. You don't have to make up stuff. I'm like, no, I really did. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. And I'm like, I'm going to bring him. And they're like, okay, yeah. So, of course, I did bring him. And their faces, because he was a god for them. So, I mean, how lovely that he did that. He comes and all these gorgeous models as well, and then me and his band. So we're all sitting in this nightclub. The entire nightclub is turned around staring at him. Of course, my band said, we have to do our Bryan Adams songs. I'm like, oh, no, don't. And they're like, no, we do. So they started pulling out all the Bryan Adams repertoire, and bless him, Bryan stood up after one of the songs, clapped and said, you do that better than me, which was such a sweet thing to do. But the manager pulled me aside in one of the breaks and said, can you get the band not to keep playing Bryan Adams songs? It's a little bit uncomfortable for Bryan, and everyone keeps staring at him. Do you think you can do something about that as well? So I kind of ran around in the break telling everyone, look, can you please not stare at him because he'll leave, and it's so great that he's here and whatever else. And so they were more well behaved. Anyway, they stayed all night, and everyone was drinking and whatever else. Now the way it works at these live houses, they're called in Japan, you walk in. It's like $60 equivalent back then just to get in, but you're getting the band, and then you pay for your drinks on. You might get a couple of drinks for free, actually. Then you pay, for the drinks on top, and people spend hundreds. Anyway, so we'd all been. I mean, I got drinks for free, but, you know, all the entourage had been drinking and eating, and they stayed the entire night, which was awesome. And, of course, everybody's on their mobile phones calling their friends going, come over here. Trying to, Shake Room. That was the name of the live house I worked in, Shake Room. Shake, shake, baby. And so the place was jammed. And because everyone's going, you're not going to believe who's here, you're not going to believe who's here. Anyway, the end of the night, the manager and the entourage and Brian himself and everyone just got out and left. And normally you would walk past the cashier and pay on the way out, but they didn't. They just walked out. So I'm like, I guess that's what happens when you're a rock star. You don't pay. And to be fair, you know, because he was there, they would have made a fortune from everyone else who'd come and stayed. So he would have well paid for it. But I did think, you can actually afford it. Anyway, so my boss, who is behind the register, and I was talking about this last week, in the place where I worked, the area that I worked, it was Yakuza who owned all the nightclubs, right? Mafia. So, and so my boss, who doesn't speak much English, is kind of going, they didn't pay the bill, your friends, they didn't pay the bill. And, you know, with my dodgy Japanese, I'm saying, you do know who that was? And he's like, oh, no, I don't care, I don't know, they didn't pay their bill. And I said, no. And I said, Brian Adams, and he didn't twig. And I went, everything I do it for you. I said, that's him. You know, in Japanese, that's the singer. And he went, oh, honto. Okay. And it was fine. I still have all my fingers. And then after that, for at least a week, I was super popular. And everyone's going, can you get Brian to come back? Who else do you know? I'm like, no. I don't really know him. And, you know, you're a white chick. He's a white guy. He must be your friend. You know him, right? Who else do you know? No, I don't know anybody. Sorry. And then, you know, my popularity waned after about a week and I was back to normal. But there you go. There's a very long story, but I figure it's quite a good one. I actually do have photo proof as well. I've got a photo of me and Brian, me and my friend Brian. I reckon I do have enough stories to write a book, but there you go. So, what are we going to do next? We're going to do Winner Takes It All. A little bit of ABBA, I think will be fun. By the way, if you ever get the chance to go to Japan, I mean, yes, I had the most amazing time when I lived there for about 18 months, but I've been back to visit probably 3 or 4 times, and it's just the most interesting, exotic, fantastic country. And such a pleasure to go there. I think they're struggling with COVID at the moment, and that's obviously not good, but I hope they'll bounce back soon. Okay, this song definitely needs this video to precede it. Oh, you've seen even the inside of the airport in Japan is awesome. Uh-oh. Danger. It's getting near her dinner too. So lucky I'm wearing Ugg boots because if she tries to bite my ankles, I'll be safe. Moshi. Abadaggy what? Well, daggy but awesome. I don't want to talk about the things we've gone through, though it's hurting me. Now it's history. I've played all my cards, and that's what you've done too. Nothing more to say. No more race to play. The winner takes it all. The loser standing small beside the victory. That's our destiny. I was in your arms, thinking I belonged there. I figured it made sense, building me a fence, building me a home, thinking I'd be strong there. But I was a fool, playing by the rules. The gods may throw a dice, their minds as cold as ice, and someone way down here loses someone dear. The winner takes it all. The loser has to fall. It's simple and it's plain. Why should I complain? But tell me, does she kiss like I used to kiss you? Does it feel the same when she calls your name? Somewhere deep inside, you must know I miss you. But what can I say? Rules must be obeyed. The judges will decide. The likes of me abide. Spectators of the show always staying low. The game is on again. A lover or a friend, a big thing or a small, the winner takes it all. I don't wanna talk if it makes you feel bad, and I understand you've come to shake my hand. I apologize if it makes you feel bad, seeing me so tense, no self-confidence. The winner takes it all. The winner takes it all. So the winner takes it all, and the loser has to fall. Throw a dice, cold as ice. Way down here, someone dear. The winner takes it all. You went to Japan on a cruise. Beppu, Osaka, and Tokyo. Oh, fantastic. That would have been fun. Was she being rude? Was she smoky? I'm always nervous when I can't see you. So let me see. What else have I got for you? So I played a song from the very first album. Alan, how are you? Nice to see you. Oh, and just a reminder for those who thanks, Alan. It's very pink tonight, isn't it? For those of you who are watching from Facebook, welcome. It's great to see you on a Friday night here. But I wanted to let you know that this will be the last one tonight that I'll be doing as a multi-stream. Ian, lovely to see you. I'm going to be popping into Facebook every now and again for sure, but smoky. But most of my big live streams, the longer ones that I'm doing like tonight, will be on Twitch. So I'd love to see you there. It doesn't cost you anything to come over, and it's kind of easy. And there's just you sit right in front of the camera, make yourselves at home there, Smokey. Oh, you are so pretty. Look into the camera. She's purring. I don't know if you can hear. So you've got a whole camera down here for your bottom. How good is that? Everyone wants bottom cam when it's a nice fluffy grey bottom like that. Yes. So yes, this is the last day that I'll be multi-streaming like this, and I'll be mainly over at Twitch, which is a live streaming platform dedicated to this kind of thing. So it would be fantastic to see you there, but it's fantastic to see you here anyway. Now I wonder what kind of sounds my keyboard is going to make. I will have a listen, but first I'm going to play you a little bit of what looks like Smokey. It's not. I'm yet to be able to get these sounds out of my little Smokey, but you never know your luck. What do you think about this, Smokey? There you go. I don't know where you're up to in the whole Chip just bought Gold Dust Woman. I got to learn that. I can do another Fleetwood Mac song. Gold Dust Woman is one I should do. Let me see. I might be able to do it. It's certainly a song I've sung before in my Fleetwood Mac tribute, but I've never played it. Let me see. I'll have a look at it while I play you another song. This is, Chip, I don't know where you're up to. Chip recently bought Everything of Mine on CD. So he's going through them in order, I think. The New Bohemians is a song from Disco Disconnected, which is my, I've released Amanda Easton, the debut album, then Chanteuse, then Out of the Blue, then Disco Disconnected. So it's my fourth kind of big release. This is from that, and this video features a whole lot of artists from, I think they're all Sydney, all Sydney-based artists, so you might know some of these people. Yeah, that's right. There might be some tricky chords in Gold Dust Woman. I'll check it out and see how I go.
So you wanna change the world, do you? Wear flowers maybe in your hair, no wilting violets over here. You wanna change the girl, do you? Well, she's strangely addictive, and the heart will want what the heart can't see, and she's go, baby, go with the mojo. We are the new bohemians, we dance out loud and we dance like a meteor. We are the new bohemians, boom, sha, boom, ra-da-di-da-di-da. So you're coming out new age, you will delicious possibility to browbeat your negativity. You're turning a new page, you well, she's stealing the limelight, and the heart will want what the heart can't see, and she's go, baby, go with her mojo. We are the new bohemians, we dance out loud and we dance like a meteor. But we are the new bohemians, boom, sha, boom, ra-da-di-da-di-dum. So you wanna change the world, do you? Well, flowers may be in your hair, but no wilting violets over here. You wanna change the girl, do you? Well, she's strangely addictive, and the heart will want what the heart can't see, and she's go, baby, go where the honey, honey. She's a punch drunk, dreamy, and nighttime steamy. She
The All Stars, I like it. Thank you. That was a fun video. Oh, Chip, that's not going to happen. All right, so I looked up Gold Dust Woman. It's there are a whole lot of sus2 and add9 chords. Let's see how I go. It'll be, a lo-fi version. That's my water. She always drinks my water. She's causing mischief. Let's have a look what she's done to the keyboard. Surprisingly, sounds kind of okay. Rock on, gold dust woman, take your silver spoon and dig your grave. Heartless challenge, pick your path and I'll pray. Wake up in the morning, see your sunrise, loves to go down. Lousy lovers pick their prey, but they'll never cry out loud, cry out. Well, did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. Rock on, ancient queen, follow those who pale in your shadow. Rulers make bad lovers, you better put your kingdom up for sale, up for sale. Well, did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? And is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. Well, did she make you cry, make you break down, shatter your illusions of love? Oh, baby, is it over now? Do you know how? Pick up the pieces and go home. Go home, go home. I am playing whatever Ultimate Guitar told me to. So it's D sus2 and G. And then, B flat over D. So, it's not necessarily correct, but I kind of like it. Kind of interesting. Yeah. And it's interesting, Pete, you say I slowed it down. I probably did a little bit, but it was more what felt different is without that. Anita, how lovely to see you, gorgeous woman. How are you? Now, Anita is a fabulous singer, and I have had the pleasure of working with her many a time. Lisa was here earlier as well. Lisa Buden-Price, I've told you about before. And Anita, Lisa and I did a gig together that was fabulous not so long ago. So, that'll happen again one day. But yeah, I think the reason that that Gold Dust Woman sounded particularly different in the tempo was because Mick Fleetwood is such an unusual drummer, And there's something about the rhythm of Fleetwood Mac songs that make it feel like they're actually faster than they are. Everybody always dances to Fleetwood Mac song, and I certainly know that from, doing the tribute show. And I actually read, what's it called? Play On, I think. It's Mick Fleetwood's autobiography. And he would often get, especially, when Fleetwood Mac brought in Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, because they were a blues band before that, right? And they were still pretty popular, but then Lindsay and Stevie came in, and that's when Dreams and all those kind of other big hits happened. And a lot of drummers from other bands would come by, stand in the wings to watch Mick Fleetwood play, even though they were amazing drummers in their own right, because they couldn't work out how he got the sound he got. And they would be looking at him trying to work out what his secret was. And he was dumbfounded by it all, because apparently he has a form of dyslexia. So for him, he's playing a pretty straight ahead beat like any drummer would play. But because of the way his mind works, it would kind of turn it around in a different way. And that's apparently how they come up with such a distinctive drumming sound. And he's like, I'm just doing a normal thing, and, my brain's making it the way it goes. So there you go. Don't laugh, Anita. Chip does want an autograph. He's a fan of Aussie singers. So it's awesome to see you, Anita. Really good. Susan from the UK. Wonderful to see you. We're all very well. What's the worst gig you've ever done? Gosh, I'm sure Anita's got some stories as well. Okay, I'll tell you this story. You ask good questions, Andy. Okay, there was a time when, it was about the time I was releasing my first album. Oh, awesome to see you too. And I was, originally I went to uni, I went to school, I went to uni, and I worked for Microsoft for a little while. And then I realised I wanted to be a singer, so I left. But I still needed to support myself, and I wasn't working all the time. So I was basically trying to raise money to make that first album that I made. And Best Change Room, that's a good one too. And so I was taking every gig that was offered to me. And there was this one particular guy that rang me up and said, do you want to do, a duo gig at such and such pub? And I said yes. And I turned up. And it was a pub somewhere near Forestville, that kind of area in Sydney. And I didn't really know the guy. He was kind of cowboy-looking dude, very friendly, lovely guy. Really Aussie. Really, like the way he spoke, even as an Aussie, I found it hard to understand him. And he'd go, oh, yeah, he's as mad as a cut snake, and, he's slippery as a dog on lino. And he'd have these great sayings. And so he was a really sweet man. But... yes, that was the perfect time to do that, Smokey. But couldn't really sing. So this kind of duo was, the kind of duo I avoid like the plague nowadays. He was playing the guitar and singing and using backing tracks, but he wasn't really playing the guitar. Tegan, how are you? Good to see you. He was... air guitaring. So he had a guitar. He actually had the guitar there, but he wasn't really playing it. And he was singing along to these backing tracks, which were dreadful, but he wasn't a very good singer. So, I would sing a song, he would sing a song, I would sing a song, he would sing a song. Yeah, she's building the drama, Smokey. Anyway, so believe it or not, the song that I was singing was I've Never Been to Me, which is so daggy, and I love it. So daggy but awesome. And I was singing that song, and I'm only first verse in. Oh, by the way, this pub, right? There was probably 7 punters, 7 audience in the pub, and us. And no stage, no lights, no nothing. The bar is here, and we're set up right next to the bar. And right there is the toilet. So basically, and the men's toilets, of course. So basically, to go to the men's toilets, you had to walk on our stage. And I had to actually kind of move out of the way to let people into the toilets. It was just horrific. Anyway, when I thought nothing could possibly get any worse, we're paying to 6, 7 people that didn't care and that just kept on pushing past me to go to the toilet with someone who was very sweet but really couldn't sing, was pretending to play the guitar when I'm in the middle of I've Never Been to Me. He puts down the guitar. So, anybody that was interested would suddenly go, oh, well, he's miming then, isn't he? If they hadn't already worked it out. He went, I just have to go and, what did he say? Something like shake the snake, which means do a wee. Just have to go and shake the snake. I'll be back. In the middle of the song, puts the guitar down, goes and shakes the snake, and I'm standing there like a shag on a rock by myself, and it was just the worst ever gig. Oh my goodness. But having said that, I've done lots of terrible gigs and I've also done lots of fabulous ones, thank goodness, to even it out. But that is one of many terrible gigs that I've done. And Anita's laughing, and I know she can relate. At least you're interested, Smokey, aren't you? You would have been there. Yeah, you would have been interested in I've Never Been to Me. That is the bestest, daggiest song ever, I know, right? Gosh, I wonder if I could play it. I reckon I could. Would you like to hear it? It definitely requires this. Simon, yes. Okay, thanks for the reminder. The gig we did at the Brighton Hotel was easily worse. Well, at least you were there. So Simon and I were doing a duo there, but all original stuff, just acoustic. And was it called the Brighton? Didn't it have some? Oh, thanks, Smokey. Yes. Da-da. Okay, finish now. Okay, different. That's it. Yes, Simon and I did a gig there and the people just did not care about music, but they danced in front of us clapping. No, that wasn't an invitation for you to bite me. Clapping at the absolutely worst time right in front of our face when we were trying to perform and completely putting us off, and it was smelly and sleazy, and yes, that was pretty disgusting. But at least you didn't leave me there while you went to shake your snake and, left me alone to sing by myself. But still pretty bad. What's the most drunk you've ever been on a gig? He's got some good questions, Andy. No snake shaken. That's good news. That's what she thinks of that. I am a professional nowadays. And I would never get drunk at a gig, but I have, and that's why I don't do it now. I think it would have been in Japan. When I first got there, I realised that part of their culture is offering you drinks when you work at the live house. And in fact, the management encourage you to drink because the punters are paying for it, right? So it goes on their bill, and they're, being hospitable and asking you for, would you like a Hennessy? Would you like a this? And you just say yes to everything because you don't want to be rude. And so I did that, and the first couple of months that I performed in Japan, I think I was largely drunk, which is terrible. And somebody filmed me one night and I saw it, and it was so bad. I mean, I wasn't crazy, but it just made me sing off key and, just not good. So from that moment on, I would never perform drunk anymore. That bloody cat. Now I'm seeing, I don't know, what's it called? I've been to da-da-da-da. I've never been to me. Could I possibly perform that? And would you ever come back to see me again if I did? All right, let's see. I mean, the words are just brilliant. Smokey, what have you done to my sounds? Here we go. Excuse me, I might have have to let her out. Oh, Chip, it's time for you to say goodnight. No worries. It's great to see you. And I know it's a little bit of a crazy hour for you in the US. By the way, I'm enjoying your state. I'm watching Yellowstone and the views of Montana are just beautiful. Are you going, John, because of this song? I'm going to play it, but I think I might first have to let the cat out. So, who let the cat out? Meow, 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 meow. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to play you a song that I wrote for my son that is on the Polaroids and Postcards EP. I'll be back in just a second with the daggiest song in the universe.
If I could teach you all the secrets that I've learned about the world, I would. And I would show you only goodness in the world if I could. But don't be frightened of pain. We need it like the rain. It's there to help us to the other side. It's the time that are the hardest at first that can mean the most and make it all worthwhile. Take this song to keep till later on. My love is in this song. So you're not alone. I write a letter to a small boy. You might not get it now, but maybe one day when I can't put my arms around you, these words will mean to you so much more. You were born with such a handsome face, but that can't replace compassion and kindness. Make sure you look for all the beauty in the world around you. And inside people too, they'll give it back to you. And they're really all that matters in the end. Take this song to keep till later on. My love is in this song. So you're not alone. I write a letter to a small boy. You might not get it now, but maybe one day when I can't put my arms around you, these words will mean to you so much more.
from the sublime to the ridiculous, if I can call one of my own songs sublime. Good night, Chip. I'm going to play the daggiest song in the universe. I think it does win the title of the daggiest song in the universe. But let me just go through some of the lyrics before I sing them because they're so good. Have we frightened John away with the daggiest song in the universe? Or were you going anyway, John? Or maybe it's because Smokey's left, because I know that's, she's the real reason you wanted to come by tonight. Imposter small boy. He's not small anymore. He's actually watching. Hi, Joe. Joe's been helping me out on, info on setting up the live streaming stuff and Twitch and Discord and all that kind of stuff because he's much more of an expert than me. Oh, you had to medicate Charlie. I hope Charlie's going well. I thought you'd left because of the song. I wouldn't have blamed you. Thanks, Charlene. But yet before I start singing it, and I'm not sure how well I'll do, but the lyrics. Let's start with the lyrics. Okay. I moved like Harlow in Monte Carlo and showed 'em what I got. I've been undressed by kings and I've seen some things that a woman ain't supposed to see. Is a good one, I know. Where is it? Something about, I've been to Georgia and California and anywhere I could run. I took the hand of a preacher man and we made love in the sun. Very good. Here we go. Smokey. Seriously, all sorts of weird stuff happening up here now. Hey. Grace, hello. I've been talking about Japan all night, and that's where I met the lovely Grace. Were you there, Grace, when Brian Adams came into Shake Room? That was a night. Hey, lady, you lady, cursing at your life. You're a discontented mother and a regimented wife. I've no doubt you dream about the things you'll never do, but I've wished someone had talked to me like I want to talk to you. Oh, I've been to Georgia and California and anywhere I could run. I took the hand of the preacher man and we made love in the sun. I ran out of places and friendly faces because I had to be free. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. Please, lady, don't just walk away, 'cause I have this need to tell you why I'm all alone today. I can see so much of me still looking in your eyes. Won't you share a part of a weary heart that has lived a million lies? Oh, I've been to Nice and the Isle of Greece while I sip champagne on a yacht. I moved like Harlow in Monte Carlo and showed 'em what I got. I've been undressed by kings and I've seen some things that a woman ain't supposed to see. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. Number one, Dad. jaggiest song ever, and you know I love it because I love jaggy songs. So there you go. That all came about as far as my Shake the Snake story. Thank you, Gary. Charlene got the Preacher Man. Dusty got the Sun. I like it. Although I think the number one Daggy song could potentially go to the Mandarin folk song that I did on my last live stream, and I won't do it to you again. It was a great song, and it was from a musical, wasn't it, that was written by the ABBA Boys, that I'm sure I saw at some stage, but I can't think what it's called. Now, I need to even it out a little bit with a cool song. So this is a song that I learnt really not so long ago. When do you think you'll be back to gigging? Well, I got an offer for a gig today, which in itself was amazing, for Melbourne Cup, which is like, what's November 19th, 20th, something like that. And I reckon about that time. I can't see it coming back much sooner. If it does, it'll just be solos. Because last time we came out of lockdown in July last year, I got a lot of work that I wouldn't normally do, just me. You really want to hear the Mandarin song? Just me on piano. And that was at the Star that I ended up working at weekly, which is a great gig, a piano bar gig. And, obviously a big venue like that was very keen to get up and rolling again. So probably it'll be the same kind of thing. I think gigs like that will come back first. Full-on band gigs, December if we're lucky. All right. You asked for it, John. This is a song I learnt especially for that gig because we get a lot of Asian patrons at the Sovereign where I often work at the Star, what I used to. But you asked for it. Please don't forget because, I don't know, this might even be better than I've Never Been to Me. Okay, you get the picture. Something halfway cool, so just to even things out a little bit. A lot of people might not think this is cool, to be fair, but Bon Jovi did a cover of it recently, so I reckon that makes it cool. And Joe, if you're still listening, it's actually a song that may have been released in your lifetime. Tastes like strawberries on a summer evening, and it sounds just like a song. I want more berries and that summer feeling. It's so wonderful and warm. Breathe me in, breathe me out. I don't know if I could ever go without. I'm just there. sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. Strawberries on a summer evening, baby, you're the end of June. I want your belly and that summer feeling, getting washed away by you. Breathe me in, breathe me out. I don't know if I could ever go without watermelon sugar high, 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 watermelon sugar high. I just wanna taste it, I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar high, 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 watermelon sugar high. I just wanna taste it, I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar high. I just wanna taste it, I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar high, 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 watermelon sugar high. I just wanna taste it, I just wanna taste it. Watermelon sugar high, watermelon sugar high. Thank you. Chip, you were supposed to have already gone. I know that song gets in your head, and I've made you have that stuck in your head before, so my apologies. Thanks, Gary. That's very nice. You've got to look up the Bon Jovi version of that. Obviously, that's Harry Styles is the original one. At 17, Janice Ian. I think I've heard it, but I don't really know it. What was the song that she was even more famous for? It's on the tip of my tongue. Unless that's it, but I think it's a different song. Oh, this song may be in the top 10 of Daggy But Awesome. I hope you'll sing along with this one. And the thing is, it's one of those songs that has vocals that overlap, so I can't do all the vocals at once. So your job is to go, turn around, and you have to do it like that, turn around. And then later on I'll even need you to go, bright eyes. You know what song I'm talking about, right? I'm sure you do. I've just learnt this one, so let's see how we go. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming round. Turn around, every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of your tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by. Every now and then I get a little bit terrified, and then I see the look in your eyes, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart, and I need you now tonight, and I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever, and we'll only be making it right, 'cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can take it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. We're learning about a keg and
but now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do, total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. Bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. And I need you now tonight. And I need you more than ever. And if you only hold me tight, we'll be holding on forever. And we'll only be making it right. 'Cause we'll never be wrong. Together we can make it to the end of the line. Your love is like a shadow on me all of the time. I don't know what to do, I'm always in the dark. We're living in a kind of getting given off sparks. I really need you tonight. Forever's gonna start tonight. Forever's gonna start. Once upon a time I was falling in love, but now I'm only falling apart. Nothing I can do, total eclipse of the heart. Once upon a time there was light in my life, but now there's only love in the dark. Nothing I can say, total eclipse of the heart. 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 Turn around, bright eyes. Total eclipse of the heart. Fly Too High, that was the one. That was the one I was talking about, yes. I'm on fire with dagginess tonight, absolutely. Your favourite was The Other Side of the Sun. I don't know if I know that one. No, I have never learned any of the Greatest Showman tunes, but you're not the first person to ask, so I should change that. Tell me, Angie, which is the best one to sing? Oh, thank you, Pete. Actually, Andy, you asked before who was the most famous person I've ever worked with. I think it's still probably Bryan Adams would be the one, but you might not know my Hugh Jackman story. But that was, we were actually mates and he was this dancer in my band for a while, but this was before he was famous. We did a musical together. We did West Side Story, just an amateur musical. Never Enough. Okay, I will look that up. Thank you very much. But it is about time for me to go and drink some whiskey. If you missed that, it's been a fairly regular, not every Friday, but quite a few Fridays we get together with people from our street online and do a bit of a whiskey tasting. Tonight is Irish whiskey, and I've got a little bit of Irish in my blood, so any excuse. We did a Japanese whiskey night too, which was good. Oh, that's the only story. That is the Hugh Jackman story, just that I did a musical with him, back in the day, and I have got a great photo proof of that one as well. I haven't kept in touch with him, but he was, and I'm sure he's no different, you can tell, the sweetest, kindest, most down-to-earth person. And, of course, he wasn't famous then, but
I don't think fame has changed him from what you see of him in interviews and things like that. Just a really cool, nice person. Yeah, I'm sure he hasn't changed. All right, so I am going to say goodbye, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of a, an animal smile like I always do. Ever felt like this? I'm sure we've all felt like that at times, huh? And I wanted to tell you too, I know I'm a bit of a broken record for those that have been with me all night, but if you haven't, this will be my last multi-stream where I stream to Facebook, YouTube and Twitch at the same time. I have a subscription to a service that allows me to do that that's just about to finish. And that means most of my Twitches, most of my Twitches are involuntary. Most of my live streams will be on Twitch. So I really hope you can, if you haven't already checked out the wild world of Twitch, it's fantastic. There's just a whole lot of live streams happening from all around the world. Not all music, but there's plenty of music. And I've already met some amazing other artists that, I hope to, you never know, might end up working with people and just, meeting other people, discovering other people's music is always a wonderful thing. And, I'm still learning. You'll have to excuse my funny, I'm trying to type in a, I want to do, if you're not on Twitch, I'm sorry I can't invite you to this time, but I want to do a raid, which means we will go over as a group to see another artist stream, and it's great support for that artist, and it's great networking for me. It's good for me and my channel because I'm just starting out too, but I think it's good for all of us. Every time we've done a raid, it's really been a lot of fun, and so I'm going to try and do that tonight. Technology doesn't always let me do it. Again, we just blame the government, as we do on most things that goes wrong. Luckily, she is online. That is good news. The person I was talking about earlier in this stream and last week is Ivy Angel from New Zealand. Just a beautiful voice. And Twitch is telling me she is online now. I tried to raid her last week and it didn't work because the technology was just breaking down on me. It was too slow. So I'm hoping that won't be the case today. If you're on Facebook, let me say goodbye now and thank you so much for joining me today. I would love you to come over to Twitch. We do fun things here. But in the meantime, if you are on Twitch, please hang in there and a little invitation will pop up in a minute. And if you say yes to leave and to go over to raid this channel, if it all works, that would be awesome. And, even if you just say hello to this new artist, if it lets me, hello, we're off to raid we go. By the way, I'll be back. When will I be back? I'll be back on Tuesday, my time at 11 o'clock. And that will be just on Twitch. So I really do hope you can join me. All right, I'm going to give this a go. This is Ivy Angel in New Zealand. I don't know her personally, but I've watched her and she's a lovely singer. So I'm hoping this is going to work. Please press your little button and join me if it works. I've pressed all the buttons I can, so I'm hoping it will. I think that might have worked. For those of you not on Twitch, I'll say good night now. For those of you who are, I hope to see you over in Ivy's channel.